The weight of a missing key. The house was too quiet when I walked in, the kind of quiet that presses against your eardrums, heavy with secrets. My boots scuffed the hardwood, echoing in the dim foyer, where the faint scent of jasmine, her perfume, lingered like a ghost. My keys clattered onto the side table, but hers weren't there. Odd. She always tossed them into the ceramic bowl, a habit so ingrained it was practically sacred. I stood there, staring at the empty bowl, my pulse quickening for reasons I couldn't yet name. Where was she? The clock on the wall ticked toward 9:47 p.m. Ellie had texted at 6:12, saying she'd be late, some emergency meeting at the gallery where she worked. "Don't wait up," she'd written, followed by a heart emoji that now felt like a taunt. I'd believed her, hadn't I? But the missing keys gnawed at me, a splinter in my mind. I wandered into the kitchen, the stainless steel fridge humming softly, its surface reflecting my tired eyes. I opened it, grabbed a beer, and let the cold glass anchor me. Something was wrong. I could feel it in the air, sharp and metallic, like the tang of blood. Our marriage wasn't perfect. Whose is? 8 years in, the edges had frayed, bills piled up, her late nights at the gallery grew frequent, my own resentment simmered over dinners left cold. But we loved each other. Didn't we? I thought of her laugh, the way it used to fill this house, bright and unforced. Lately, though, it was rare, replaced by clipped words and averted eyes. I'd chalked it up to stress. The gallery was struggling. She was carrying that weight. Or so she said. I sank into the couch, the leather creaking under me, and scrolled through my phone. No new messages. I opened her text again, rereading the words, emergency meeting. Don't wait up. The heart emoji stared back, mocking. I tapped her name, my thumb hovering over the call button, but I didn't press it. Instead, I opened her location app. We'd shared our locations years ago, a practical thing for emergencies. The map loaded, and a pin dropped, not at the gallery downtown, but at a hotel in Midtown. My stomach lurched. The beer bottle slipped from my hand, hitting the rug with a dull thud, foam pooling like a wound. I told myself it was a mistake. A glitch. She'd mentioned a client dinner once, hadn't she? Maybe it was at the hotel's restaurant. My mind spun, weaving excuses, each one flimsier than the last. I grabbed my coat and keys, the decision made before I could second-guess it. The drive to Midtown was a blur, rain-slicked streets, neon signs bleeding into the night, my heart beat a drum in my ears. I parked across from the hotel, its glass facade gleaming under streetlights, and waited. My hands gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white, as I scanned the entrance. At 10:32, she stepped out. Ellie, my Ellie, in her black coat, her auburn hair catching the light. But she wasn't alone. A man followed, his hand brushing her lower back, a gesture too intimate, too familiar. My breath caught, sharp and painful, like a blade between ribs. They paused under the awning, her head tilting toward him, her smile soft, unguarded, the way she used to smile at me. He leaned in, whispered something, and she laughed. That laugh. It sliced through me, raw and jagged. I wanted to storm out, to scream, to demand answers. But I stayed frozen, watching as they parted, him slipping into a cab, her walking toward the subway. My phone buzzed. A text from her. Heading home now. Love you. The words burned, a cruel lie wrapped in affection. I drove home in silence, the city a smear of lights through my blurring vision. Doubt crept in, whispering that I'd misunderstood, that I was paranoid. But the image of his hand on her back clung to me, undeniable. When I got home, I sat at the kitchen table, the overhead light harsh against the dark wood. I replayed every moment of the last few months, her late nights, her sudden need for space, the way she'd started locking her phone. Small things, easily dismissed, until they weren't. The front door clicked open at 11:15. Her footsteps hesitated in the foyer, then grew louder. She appeared in the doorway, her face pale, eyes wide when she saw me. "You're up," she said, her voice too bright, like glass about to shatter. She set her purse down, but no keys hit the bowl. My gaze flicked to her hands. Empty. "Where were you?" I asked, my voice low, steady, though my chest felt like it was caving in. She froze, just for a second, then smiled. The gallery. I told you, emergency meeting. Her fingers twisted the hem of her coat, a tell I'd never noticed before. Meeting go well? I leaned back, my eyes locked on hers, searching for the truth she was hiding. Yeah, just stressful. You know how it is. She moved to the fridge, pulling out a water bottle, her movements jerky. I'm exhausted. Gonna head to bed. Where are your keys, Ellie? The question slipped out, sharp and deliberate. Her hand stilled on the bottle. What? Your keys. They're not in the bowl. I stood, stepping closer, the air between us crackling with unspoken accusations. She laughed, a nervous trill. Oh, I must have left them at the gallery. I was in a rush. I nodded, letting the lie hang there, heavy and suffocating. Right. The gallery. Not the Midtown Marriott. Her face drained of color, her lips parting but no words coming out. The silence was louder than any confession. I wanted her to deny it, to explain it away, to give me something to cling to. But she just stood there, eyes glistening, guilt written in every line of her face. Who is he? My voice broke, betraying the anger I'd tried to cage. James, she reached for me, but I stepped back, the distance between us a chasm now. Don't. Just, tell me. My hands shook, fists clenching to keep from unraveling. She sank into a chair, her shoulders slumping. It's not what you think, she whispered, but the words were hollow. It was a mistake. A stupid, awful mistake. A mistake. I laughed, bitter and raw. You laughed with him, Ellie. Like you used to laugh with me. Tears spilled down her cheeks, but I felt no pity, only a hollow ache where love used to be. She told me everything then. His name was David, a curator she'd met at a show. It started with coffee, then dinners, then stolen moments she swore meant nothing. But they meant everything to me. Every word she spoke was a brick, walling off the life we'd built. I didn't yell. I didn't break anything. I just walked to the bedroom, packed a bag, and left. She called after me, her voice cracking, begging me to stay, to talk, to fix this. But I couldn't. Not yet. Maybe not ever. I drove to a motel, the neon sign flickering like my thoughts. In the dim room, I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at my wedding ring. I'd seen the truth in her eyes, in that laugh, in the missing keys. And when she came home, her lie was exposed. But I was already gone.